Awesome. So we're going to get started today. We're going to take it a little bit. We're taking it a little bit this morning. Let me know if you can see my slide. Can you see my slide, y'all?
Yes, we can.
Right. We're going to continue on our journey of what's it called? Our journey of upgrade. So I have a word for you. You need to cut it. Yeah, you need to what? Upgrade. And sometimes your upgrade requires you cutting off some things. You need to cut it. Somebody say, I'm ready to cut it. I'm ready to cut away excesses. I'm ready to cut away lies. I'm ready to cut away things, and dive into what God has in store for us. I must say, friendship is a very beautiful thing. It's a gift from God. And if you are able to do it with God, and navigate, it's a beautiful thing, right? All right, so let's get started. You need to cut it, we need to upgrade, and I'm trusting God that we're going to come into a new season where we explore and be better people in providing care and love and support to people in our lives. All right. So the question I have for you is, what is in your friendship package? That's the first thing. Some of you look like you're bedazzling. We see you want to co-injure. We're like, man, people see you. The you people see and the you they experience, is it the same? What is in your friendship package? What do you have? What do you have for us? What is in your friendship package? You look gentle. Do you look gentle or you are gentle? You look loving. Do you look loving or you are loving? Looks can be deceptive, they've said, so what is in your friendship package? So we want to unpack this, your box that you're presenting to people. I really want to see what is inside, all right? So let's get started. Levels, and to do that, we're going to look at level. Let's say what is in this. Yeah, let's go back there. What's in your friendship package? Everybody, yeah, let's begin to share in the chat box. Let's say counsel, frequent singing, and adura. Okay. Who else? What is in your friendship package? Like, what are you offering? What's in your friendship package? When people experience you, what are they going with? What memories are they going to go with? What are the experiences they're going to be with? What is in your friendship package? Who else? Someone say care and support, shoulder to cry on. We don't start. Okay. Gifts, kindness, words of affirmation. Love it. Joy, emotional support and gifts, love. I love it. Motivation, care, loyalty. Shout out to you, Funky. Good to see you. Miriam is memes. Miriam, is what you have in your support bag is memes. Oh, your precious prayer, love, selfishness. You want to say selflessness? But I love it because I was about to say that anybody going to share the thing in their box that is not so pleasant. We want to say selfishness. I'm just teasing you. Selflessness. JJ says WhatsApp sticker, unconditional support, and occasional wise words of wisdom. Jennifer says listener, loyalty, support, genuine bond. Adelia says genuine bond. Dave says love, encouragement, strength, affirmation, impartation of grace like carry. O'Shea, only my ordination for as friends. When say abundant loyalty, support, the thing that is not so pleasant, I want to urge you. Love it. Can we now go to somebody? Go to that box. Go underneath the box. Can you hear the sound? Shh. And pull out something that is maybe that is a developmental need. Let's see. Because it's part of self-awareness. So for me, time, managing time, So don't say ghosting. So, I love this. Don't say the quick vex. I love it. I love this impatience. I love it. Someone say unintentional ghosting. I love it. Anger when you don't show up at the time I need. I love it. Someone say flying, not even going into conclusion, flying into conclusion. I love it. Someone says if you don't listen to me, you are not serious. Someone say communication. I quit the best response. I love. Someone's laughing. I mean, I'm loving this. God, I beg go. Getting triggered by everything. I know they pick phone. Me, I won't try to pick phone, but sometimes my workload. Yeah. I might say I'll get back. You must be patient. I might get back to you in 5 years' time, but we're working on that. Mood swings, I love it. Overthinking, I love it. The no nonsense side of me, like I take nonsense. I don't take nonsense. Occasionally, need to be away from everyone. Introvert much. I know they come out. Someone say it's inside out. So can we hang out? Yo, let's do on WhatsApp. Unintentional, brutal honesty. I love it. Gifts, kindness, and word of affirmation. I am very emotional and I overthink. I love this, guys. I love Hope Nation. I love that we are this vulnerable. Guys, this is a gift. Someone says, the part of me that owed you accountable to what you did not beg me to hold you accountable to over syllabus. I love it. You need to go and call your friends, so they are missing out too. Where are they? I love it. I love it. I love it. Someone says, I don't remember to visit people, but want them to visit me. I love it. Bridget says, beat myself up when I under-deliver. Love it. Impatient, occasional withdrawal. I love my room. Meaning Jennifer is like, you know what? Day or day sometimes. May not be able to open up. I love it. Sometimes I like my bed over everything. Procrastinating. I love it. All right. Overthinking and ghosting for a long time. I just want to be alone. I know they open up, but if you won't tell me waiting day, but if you don't tell me waiting day, do you? I go vex. Wow. She's like, I don't open up, but man, if you don't tell me what's up, I vex. I love this because you must be aware of what you come with, right? You must be aware of what you come with. Sometimes my intentions don't come out in my action. Sometimes for my friends, I really want to be like, I want to make sure I'm there for this, but sometimes I'm there in my head. And yeah, yes, I am. I overshare a bit, words or kind. I'm going to like, I too they share. I love it. How many of you are enjoying this? So you need to know what is in that your package box that you have. Say, be my friend. People want to know what you come with. You need to know, you need to be aware what you come with. All right. Claire, what's in your package box? Maureen, what is in your package box? Viola, Dami, Lola, Lawal, what is in your package box? Emmanuel, Faithfulness says ghosting and overthinking. I listen well, but don't share much about myself. JJ, I agree. Procrastinating used to be very protective of my friends. At times, I just want to be alone and want no calls or messages. It's funny how sometimes I just want to be alone. All right, cool. So now, we want to look at levels of friendship. Now, we've seen the box, we've opened the boxes, but we want to also see levels of friendship. One of the things that came out the last time, which was intense, was that, hey, where were we? When people were saying stuff like, because we're on the same WhatsApp, because we're this, we're that, and all. I saw a post recently by a popular, let me start with that post, and then let me read it. Let me know if you agree to the post. When I saw it, I sent it to, what's it called? I sent it to some of my what do they call those people? Reels receivers. Now I have to find it now. Yeah, I hope I find it. Somebody was sharing something that the story no day again. No. But I was basically saying sometimes you are angry that some people are not there for you. You are angry. Is it possible that they were really not your friends? They were not, you guys were not that. So why are you that angry? But we'll look at it. So we need to use the right words. I think what scared a lot of people was that it's as if we can't use the word friends. They say, well, what does that mean? So let's look at different levels of friendship. We have acquaintances, we have casual friends, we have close friends, and we have intimate friends. You'll be shocked to believe that some people marry their acquaintance and then they now have intimate friends. That should not be you, okay? If you're married and that is your case, you need to pray and trust God and begin to take actionable steps so you're not there. Some people get married to their casual friends and they're not intimate friends. My stance, whoever you're going to get married to, of course, we'll start with acquaintances, but must become eventually your intimate friend. All right. You need to be intimate with your spouse. All right. So let's come back here. Acquaintances, casual friends, just a little bit of definitions to it so that we can have a more holistic idea as to what that means. All right. There are different levels of friendship. Acquaintances are people you recognize and who recognize you. You may chat to them occasionally, know some basic facts about them, make small talk. For example, if you're acquainted with your neighbor, you might know their full names and the kind of job they do. Or you have acquaintances at work, you might have small talk with them in the break room about your job. Acquaintances are polite and friendly when they happen to meet, but they don't make plans to see one another. For example, if you meet someone at the library on occasional level and chat about books without making firm plans to see each other again, they fall into those people that you see them, you know yourself, what's up for guys? I don't know, but a lot of guys are in this place. A lot of people, guys, what they have acquaintances that you see yourself, but there's no pressure. Oh yeah, go ahead, take screenshot of slide. Our advice, you take screenshot of slide because I don't know if I can send my slide to you, but it's okay. All right, so there are different types. So that's the acquaintance. There are people that you know, you recognize. Their acquaintance is different from strangers. Acquaintances, you know them. You might have introduced yourself, for instance, your neighbor, your colleagues, even there are some friends. Your friend's friend can be an acquaintance, all right? And there's nothing wrong with having acquaintances. Close, casual friends. Are we ready? Casual friends enjoy one another's company and usually make plans to meet up. Unlike acquaintances, casual friends go beyond shallow topics during conversation. They tend to go beneath the surface and share slightly more personal things. For example, an acquaintance might tell you their job title and where they work. A casual friend might share what they don't like their co-workers much and are thinking of looking for another job. However, at this stage, you don't share sensitive personal information or open up about delicate or controversial topic. For instance, you probably don't tell a casual friend about your relationship problems. This kind of relationship is usually based on shared hobby, job, or situation. For example, perhaps you have a friend at work you eat lunch with a couple of times per week because they are fun to hang out. Or maybe you have met someone you like at a hobby-based group and occasionally grab a cup of coffee, someone that likes to watch movies. So casual friends are those people that you are not acquainted, you've gone a bit deeper, you can share some deeper stuff. You enjoy, one thing you must know about casual friends, you enjoy each other's company. You guys enjoy, you don't mind hanging out with them. Doesn't mean you call them every day, but I don't know if you have movie buddies. There's some people, you want to do some things. I believe that God is Good is happening this year. Amen. That's GIG by Imisioluwa. That's Paris, I believe is happening. This one is happening in December, I believe. So people like someone that you can say, let's hang out, or let's go and watch that movie. Let's go and there's nothing wrong. Because one of the things that stood out the last time is we wanted to box everybody in the same level of friendship. And people started feeling, there was tension when people were like, oh my God. Tell me we're not friends. No, you're friends, but you're not just be intimate friends. You'll be casual friends, you'll be close friends. All right. Are we good? If you're still with me, say something. If you're getting me, if you understand, just let me know where you are because this is important, all right? Then close friends. At this level, two people feel and show meaningful affection and concern for one another. Compared to casual friends, close friends usually want to see each other more often. You want to spend more time with the person. They offer more emotional support. And there are some close friends that you might not talk all the time, but your friend is close. Now, I must say, there's some people that are close friends that you might not see all the time, you might not talk all the time, but when you do, you don't do small talk. You don't do little things. You don't just stay on the surface, you go deep, all right? Now, here are some common characteristics of some close friends. You both feel able to reach out to each other at any time. You're happy to help one another in times of need. You're not waiting to know, is it okay if I call, for instance, is it okay I call this person? Will this person feel somehow? Will this person, I hope I'm not disturbing you. You're not second guessing. You know you guys are close. You know you guys have something that is beyond casual talk, small talks on the surface and all. You have mutual sense of respect and appreciation. Yeah, the keyword is mutual. It's not one-sided, it's mutual. You both feel comfortable showing your true selves. Neither of you feel a need to put on a mask or persona. You're comfortable in your own skin. You are vulnerable. You're transparent, for lack of a better word. You invite each other to important celebrations, like maybe birthday, family occasion, some things that happen in your life that you are able to tell them. I mean, you might not tell a casual friend that your parents your sister just gave birth to a boy, or that's even on surface that maybe your sister just bought a house. It might not, so some people they don't mind, but it might not be something you would tell, but a close friend might know. You are slow to judge one another. You don't always approve of each other's choices or opinions, but you try to empathize and understand rather than criticize or condemn them. They may refer to them as good friends. Research shows that it takes around 200 hours of quality contact time to build a close relationship. If you see each other often, for example, if you live in the same college dorm, it's possible to become close within a few weeks. Sometimes proximity, like what Boma was saying at the last time, can foster and hasten these levels of relationship. And finally, we have intimate friends. An intimate friend is similar to close friendship. However, intimate friends trust, accept, and support one another. However, an intimate friendship involves even a deeper sense of connection. With an intimate friend, very few topics are off limits. You might feel able to talk about anything and everything. The friendship feels safe and familiar. Another term for an intimate friend could be a best friend or covenant friend, for lack of better words. These are people like, you guys have gone beyond. Are we doing life? Are we here forever? There's no second guessing, like you have done life. Now, the question then will be, how many of you are good? You've seen acquaintance, casual friends, close friends, intimate friends. They are all level. It is one word that is strong across the board is depth. You go deeper. You go deeper, you go deeper, you go deeper, you go deeper, right? Now, so let's look at something, relationship audit. If you go back to this slide, you were thinking, sometimes don't do it on the spot. Don't start to label people, but it might be good to understand, oh, it's okay. There are people that I like so much, but I realize that for them, I'm just an acquaintance with them. I mean, some group of people gather, they have some special thing. Social media is not helping. We think because people share, it means that they want you there. Ooh. Because people share online, or you guys are, vibing online, does not mean they want you in their private situation. So I've learned to accept that when they don't invite me. And to be honest, sometimes, guys, I forgot to invite one of my close friends for my wedding. Because as I said, I just remember that you can't also sit on the fence of, they not invite me. So I forgot to invite one of my very close friends, but we're still very good friends because I don't know, it was just an omission of the exact date. You knew I was getting married, but the exact date. I know. So, but we are able to get over it and we are great friends now. So I'm saying some things happen, don't now, because they didn't write your birthday, there are deeper things than that, okay? So the question is, who fits where? Who fits where? Yes, that's an unforgivable sin for some, but because we have a deeper relationship than that, and he knew me, he knows my heart. He knows that it's really an omission. And it has happened. Somebody has forgotten to invite me to something very important. And I'm like, I will charge it to their head, not their heart, because I know them. So the question is, who fits where? So I don't know, before I go into it, anybody want to share? How do you know who fits into, well, I've explained it, casual, and all. Let me read something to us again. I'm reading it from an article. There are they try to use different models to explain the friendship cycle. Now, there's something called the ABCDE model. It has like different stages. First is acquaintance. At this stage, this model was used for those that want to get married, but it's applicable as well for, At this stage, two people decide that based on first impression, they would like to get to know each other. Have you ever been somewhere that maybe you went for a party and you meet someone like, I can't wait to meet you. Like you're like, oh my God, I think we should exchange number. You've gone for a party before and you just like somebody. You're like, oh my God, I feel so connected to this person. Anybody has that happened to you? You go somewhere, you're just on, maybe you're in the train and you just connect to this person and like, come on. There's something here. All right. So at that stage, two people decided that on first impression, they would like to get to know each other. There's several factors that determine how likely is that those two people will try to move the relationship forward. For example, people spend time together are most likely to move to the next phase. The next phase, is ABC. B is build up. Both people start opening up, trusting one another, becoming more invested in the relationship. They may discover things they dislike about themselves, or they may still feel as though the friendship is worth knowing. Build up stage is where you begin to unearth and begin to know this person and know that person. Continuation. The friendship is stable and takes on importance to both parties. They are committed to maintain their relationship. For example, they may hang out regularly and make effort to catch up every few weeks. At this point, you've gone beyond acquaintance, you have built on up, you've seen some things about the person, you're like, I feel like we should continue. Now, D is deterioration. There are times you have gotten close to somebody and you're like, nah, I don't think so. You guys begin to, for lack of a better word, even though I feel like people just do that a lot now, ghost people, don't ghost people, but people begin to pull apart after a while, and then the E is ending phase. That's a phase where things just end. Now, how do you move from acquaintance? If there's anything, can somebody tell me what is that one ingredient that you have seen that is consistent in moving from one level of relationship to the other before we move to the practical examples that I have? Anybody, you can put in the chat box. What are the visible and practical things that you see that will help in moving from one level of relationship to another? Let me see what people are saying. You can put in the chat box. Value, commitment. Yep. Anybody else? Communication, trust, giving each other value, being vulnerable, intentionality. I love being vulnerable. Reciprocity, yes. Loyalty, yes. Trust, yes. Another thing I would say is time. Time. You see that place, that point of build up and continuation is time. To get to know somebody, to see their weak point, to be able to know that, you know what, this person might be good as a casual friend, but this person might not be able to be. Time and guess what? Experiences. Some people never recover from some things that happen to them in their relationship. They're never, like, example, somebody said it. I forgot to tell a very close friend. I forgot to give him the details of my wedding, the address and everything. For whatever reason, for the life of me, I thought I did. I mentioned something in passing that I thought gave the guy the information, but that was it. For some people, we'll never. We've done so much together after that. Some people, they will never recover from it. At that point, it could be our break or make moment. So one thing that I've seen is time also tells you. Time and season, you might be in a season of your life where all of a sudden, some things are so important that certain people that you thought that we are just casual friends then become very close friends to you because of where you are. So it takes time for these things to on. So want to upgrade your game. There's a few things that I think might help you as well to move your relationship forward. And this time around is going to be very practical. And it's going to be very practical. Okay. Are we ready for this? So what I did with that level of friendship is just to answer the question that came up with then. Because say somebody's your friend. So when we say because we attend the same church doesn't mean we're friends. I think the word is because we attend the same church, we're in the same department, we're laughing every Sunday, taking picture, does not mean we are intimate friends. You are actually, you could be friends. Some people are still acquaintances, but remember that there's their skill. Have I answered that question now? For those that were concerned, it's just talking about the level of relationship. You could be casual friends. And one thing that Emmanuel said last time was he has a best friend, but he's not his best friend's best friend. And someone like, huh? He has a best friend, but that person is his best friend. But he is not that best friend's best friend. Some of you are like, what in the world is that? And he said he's okay with that. He's okay with that because but they are very good friends, definitely. But he's not that person's best friend. Like the person is not vibing and carrying on his head like, oh, this is my best friend. Okay, the best friend even shares his best friend, talks about his best friend to Emmanuel. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. Is that confusing? So it's not possible not to be friends with someone in my department and unit because you guys see all the time. You guys can be acquaintance, to be honest. You're not enemies. You can be acquaintance. You might be in the same. It's always very confusing. You can be in the same department and you guys are acquaintances. Remember, yes, it takes intentionality. You can be casual friends. You guys are able to do small talks and everything. Yeah, it's possible that you're in the department with somebody. It doesn't mean that you're the closest friends. Yeah. Even close friends or anything. You can just be acquaintance. You might not even be casual friends. You can be acquaintance. Yes. So I use that example to say that Emmanuel situation that somebody has a best friend, but he has conferred on that person, like, you are my best friend. I feel comfortable on that level. But that best friend has a best friend that is not Emmanuel. And why we brought that on was really interesting was it's possible that you are clear so that you don't have unmet expectation. What if I intentionally don't want to be friends? That's fine. You can be acquaintance as long as you're not enemies. The fact that you're not friends with people does not give you the guarantee to break the covenant and the principle of love. Because you're not friends with someone does not give you the right not to love. So you love the person, but you don't have to be friends. Okay. So let's upgrade your game. Expectation versus entitlement. What do you think? What do I intend to do with this part? What are the things that sometimes can be deal breakers that apart from you've had time, you're vibing with somebody, but what expectation versus entitlement? I want people to speak up. Is there a difference? Is there a way? How do we differentiate? Because sometimes entitlement starts as it looks like expectation, but it is not expectation. So what is the difference? Anybody? You can unmute your mic if you want. Anybody? I think there are levels when you are actually entitled to some things. Can there be levels where you're entitled to some things? Come on, guys, let's have this conversation. Expectation, entitlement.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. I'm shy, but
Don't be shy.
for me, friendship is a big deal.
So on what level is this? Not as acquaintance, or is it across board or as close friends?
No. But
Okay,
I feel like some people, I probably understand the Emmanuel story because some people feel like I'm their friend, even though I'm just being nice to like people generally. But when I consider you a friend, I think that's also one of my faults in friendship because when I now consider you a friend, I feel I have expectations that are sometimes entitlements because I just think that, like, when you were talking about forgetting to send the details of your wedding to a friend, and in my head, I'm like, my God, how
does that happen?
Yeah, like how was the person able to get past it? Because for me, I would probably not have like whatever explanation you had given me would have been fine. But in my head, I would just be like, okay, I thought that we were intimate friends, but maybe we're just acquaintances. Like I'm just probably going to recalibrate automatically in my head because I don't want to be like, I don't want to have an environment of contention. So I just like, okay, I'm expecting too much, come back to your level kind of thing. And it's also bad because then I don't even get to have a conversation about it like, okay, things have changed. But in my head, things have actually changed. So that's why I feel like some level also, I think is also maybe the entitlement and expect because this is actually a great point because sometimes I know that I feel entitled to some things, but I also feel like I've earned the rights to be entitled to these things.
Thank you so much. Someone says that entitlement means the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. Yeah. So, Ginika, what do you think about that? Like, is there any part of our relationship that we should be entitled?
So, I don't think anyone should be entitled. To be honest, I think the way I live my life, I don't believe I'm entitled to anything. But if I believe that there's an expectation I have of you, I try to communicate it, because that way it clarifies a lot of things. So I don't think, well, there are relationships that you get to, when you give the different levels of relationship, there are relationships you get to, that, okay, this is what this person can do for me. But it's not that if the person doesn't do it for me, then I become a sour sop. No. So my point here is I don't think we should be entitled. But if there's something you need, express it. I have this saying that unmet expectations breed resentment. But also, when you don't unexpressed expectations, also you cannot hold the person to it. Yeah.
Wow. I saw something online. It says entitlement is operating under the delusion that you deserve something you have not yet earned, whereas hope and expectation everyone is born out of faith and entitlement says you owe me, give me what I want now. Expectation says I am counting on you to keep your promises and commitments. So do we think there's a difference? Yes. Do you think there's a difference? So I think personally, I was thinking about it when the Lord just came to my spirit, like, even in marriage, I feel like when anybody acts entitled, I don't know, how do you feel when you feel somebody's entitled? I don't know. For some people, entitlement turns them off. Like even the fact that, I'm entitled to my husband paying rent. I expect that my husband will, the same way he expects, but we still, because I feel like when you get into entitlement, if you're not careful, you begin to choke, you might become unreasonable, you might begin to overthink things and overread things. And if you're not careful, you're clear. So is there a way to upgrade your game? I would say communicate your expectation. Be sure that you're on the same page. I love this definition. It says, entitlement says you owe me, give me what I want now. Expectation says I'm counting on you to keep your promises. I expect you to do this for me. I was hoping you would be here for me, and and it just that's my take on that. That, and I think people don't want to feel like I'm indebted. Like, sometimes I feel entitlement, feel like I'm indebted to you, like I owe you something. Again, maybe all of us also need healing from that. But I just feel like entitlement leads to learning moments that are not pleasant. You just get to that point where it can be very tricky. Any other person want to share? Okay, go ahead, Owolabi.
Yes, so I feel like when it comes to this aspect of entitlement, especially in modern pop culture, you hear a lot of wonderful things, and I use the word wonderful because it won't be nice. It's like, this person is my boyfriend, I'm entitled to his money. Oh, this person is my girlfriend, I'm entitled to her food. You be hearing all those things like as if there's a contract that was signed. And most of all these entitlements always end badly because there's no communication to said thing. I think when it comes to entitlement, I look at it from a contract standpoint. And it's like, okay, do we have written documentation that says you're entitled to this? Because I feel that helps. That feels like that can be a conversation or that can be something. Expectations, I feel, come from similar value systems, and even that is built over time. It's not static. It's built, and it's somehow is one of those subconscious things that in some situations you subconsciously know that okay, that okay, this is what I expect from this person. It's like behavior, like you're a Christian, I expect you to behave in a particular way. Entitlement is a best friend thinking she's going to be the maid of honor. But surprise, surprise, it's not you. But the reason why the person got hurt.
That one said, we ladies.
The reason why the person got hurt is because there was an entitlement mentality.
Wow.
That no conversation was ever had about. You don't assume. Entitlement comes with assumption. And it always ends badly. It's the worst thing ever. I've seen people fight. People come to meet me, and she was my best friend. I can't believe when our wedding came, it was somebody else as a maid of honor, me that suffered. You suffered does not make you entitled. And that's another thing. Suffering does not entitle you to somebody's perks. You suffered, you slept on the ground together. It's still, there has to be a binding. I believe when it comes to being entitled to other people's property, there has to be a binding contract to avoid shalaye and future heartbreak. because
good.
a lot of people have felt they were, because especially when it comes to even relationships, you hear things like, oh, we were in one apartment together, we built together. That's all sweet, but is there document? Because if there's a
Wow.
document, it says you all those things. It's honestly, unfortunately, we've got into a world whereby handshake doesn't work again. Documentation, even marriage, we sign registry, Abby. So it just saves everybody problem.
I
Thanks.
love what you said. I love it because one of the things that came out strong was someone said, hey, well, so just doing good, I expect anything in return is how to get out of this entitlement. Not just some of living life without expectation is also like probably you're living from trauma. Let's say it as it is. Because at the end of the day, when you live a life where you don't expect anything, you are so indirectly saying, don't expect anything from me as well. It's your own safe net. So I want to balance it. Now, the entitlement one, I love what Lalade said here. Lalade said that she read somewhere that in marriage, where is it now? Come on. Ooh. Listen to a point that said, love makes requests, not demands. Entitlement is demanding. Yes, I agree. Entitlement is a demanding, where it's a lot. Is that you owe me? Is that you owe me? It's almost like lordship. Is like, so it's an extreme. I think entitlement is expectation gone bad. Expectation not communicated. And I love that Owolabi said. Somebody did not JJ. Somebody did not have been very good friends. I should be your chief bridesmaid. You didn't tell me. Was it communicated? And I think sometimes when we communicate and when we use entitlement statements, the essence of this, and I'm still going somewhere, when we communicate with entitlement statements, we rob the other person the chance of refusal or acceptance. Now they have to be managing your ego. Have people done things out of, oh my God, I don't want to order that because you already, imagine how people already thought, oh, it's me that I'm not planning the wedding. I'm not planning the wedding. Did they communicate that you are the one planning the wedding? I give you a typical example. Me and Mojo say, Mojo, I'm your chief bridesmaid, right? We are very close. We talk about it. And yeah. I know my friend. If I was not the plan to be the chief bridesmaid, she would tell me straight up. So if you are in a relationship where you speak entitlement language a lot, why not ask, I would love to plan your wedding. What happened is that sometimes people can laugh. To be honest, I mean, some of your friends already know you from a good place. Now, your very close friend will know that you're coming from a good place. But if you're not careful, you meet new people because it's part of you. Remember, upgrade your game. Because God might be bringing new people into your life. God might be and some people might not be able to understand that entitlement statement. It might be a turn off. Someone that is, I remember where we started, that level of acquaintance that wants to be casual friend. Basically, the casual, just hear stuff like, you're coming to see me, right? I'm coming to your house, right? You're coming from my program, right? And I'm like, and the person's thinking, oh my God, this is pressure. I don't have the right. It's almost you're not giving me the chance. All right? Because to say no. And that is one of the things that begin to kill. And that's the danger of entitlement. However, so my take here is this. Speak from the language of expectation as against entitlement. However, to all you all that feel like, we don't need to have, what's it called? Expectation. That's the problem. It's possible you're living in a place of trauma. You don't want to be helped. You don't want to anybody say that I'm doing something for you, so you should do for me. So should we have expectation? Yes. But it depends on the level of relationship. But any expectation that is not communicated is also faulty. People that also like people to figure things out. You've turned yourself to spirit. You've turned people to spirits. You should be doing sensei. You should do that. What's the name of that Star Trek guy that will just be reading mind up and down? They should mind reading. Communicate your expectation. I understand the place of thoughtfulness to be able to know what your partner, your friend needs and be able to do things. That's great. But it's okay to also communicate your expectation. All right. So what am I saying? Be sure, all right, to communicate. And you all need to repent. It's okay. it's okay to have a friend that you wish your friend called you. It's okay to, but instead of now, the entitlement statements, now, wow, you did not call me. That is a terrible way of communicating. You are harassing a person. The worst is you buy a strawberry, right? Is it okay? Will you be able to buy a strawberry? That is when you are saying, you're communicating, I would love it, but it's okay if you don't. You are communicating your expectation. So please hear me. Especially when you're not very close friends. Some of you think that you never have it. It's a lie. Your husband expects to come home and meet food. Is that no expectation? Your husband expects that you will marry and you have this, and your wife and your husband, you expect that you will marry and that, you know. So if that's how you don't know, that's we'll get there. You're harassing people. You can express your displeasure. I wish you had called and everything. And when people say, wow, no, you know what's funny? They are not the one that called and saying, now wow. You called and they go, now wow, you don't even call me since. Sometimes I wonder, and I found a good response, like, wow, that'd be nice. You called me too. You know, it takes two. It takes two. All right, so we'll be able to. Everybody clear on expectation and entitlement? So expectation communicates their desires. Entitlement goes into, like, you're ordering people. If you're not careful, entitlement can become manipulative. It can become stressful. All right, you know. So I tell people it takes two. So what if the person is going through what they are going through and they're not able to? And then those of you that now go about wanting to sense, you're watching, you want your friend to come. You, for instance, you have this event, you want your friend to come. It's okay to come. I really wish you can come. Then you're setting trap, all of you setting trap for people to discern whether they should come or not. Then you'll be able to say, you see, I thought you would come. I thought you were my friend. Maybe you're not even gotten there yet. Take it slow and get to know. But make sure you're in a relationship where people are able to exceed your expectation, refute those things and all. Confrontation versus toxicity. Let's talk about that. Confrontation versus being toxic. Let's talk about that. Some of you are like, I can't keep it. I say, I want to, like, I'm confronting. Some of you, when in confronting, you need to upgrade your game. You can confront situations without creating a toxic environment. It becomes toxic when it's about you being right as against being understood, as against having peace. It becomes toxic when it's about your view and you don't think anybody has another view. It becomes toxic when you are extremely opinionated and you don't give people room to be wrong. It becomes toxic when you're not teachable. So confrontation is why. Let's go to dictionary, because I've used this word confrontation and somebody almost tore me apart. Let's go to the dictionary. Okay. Maybe that's the wrong word. A hostile or argumentative situation or meeting between opposing parties. Battle. I think confrontation is the wrong word. Battle, contest, crisis, disputes. I think I'll go with disputes. Is the synonyms of confrontation. No. Is that dictionary that is angry? Another one says, Cambridge Dictionary says, a situation in which people or groups with opposing opinions disagree angrily. No. So we want to know what is the English word for disagreeing peacefully? Please.
No, I feel Pierre, the way you can phrase it is confrontation is with the issues. Confrontation is like issue.
Don't attack the issue, don't attack the person. And
yes.
If you look at the way dictionary even define confrontation, like where is a bad something.
Friendly dispute.
I will never forget. A confrontation is an angry disagreement.
Friendly dispute.
So I can't find anyone like that too. Angry people. It's one where there's a lot of angry disagreement between. But wait, let's talk about it. We get angry. How do you have confrontation without and be peaceful? Someone said to call out. So we have to find that English. Like Claire said last year, sometimes we need to understand English. So imagine, look at what we just did now. You're dating somebody. See, you are very confrontational. And imagine the person understands the English as angry disputes. I'm wondering, what do you mean? I'm always having angry disputes with you. So you need to always understand what you're trying to say and and say properly. But what I'm saying is that how do you call out issues? How do you confront issues? How do you approach issues without making it toxic? All right, it's very, very important. We need to upgrade from that. Now, excuse versus reason. Excuse versus reason. At what point does your excuse or excuses stop being a reason? At what point? Excuse versus reason. At what point do you realize that, man, I think Owolabi says repeated offense. I think lack of growth, lack of intentionality, and the need to quick to defend. If you always find yourself quick to want to defend, if you listen to defend, I see that God is pulling people's wing. I kid you not. I didn't read this anywhere. I just started and not down, like just for me to feed. If you're always quick, you're always late, always defensive, you always have a reason to justify why that thing happened and you did what you did. There is a thin line between being defensive and explaining yourself. The thin line is, how do you feel? If you feel agitated every time you explain yourself, you are being defensive. And it could come from a place of trauma where you have been silenced a lot and you feel that anybody that will by that, that's not where PO says you do DPT. That's not where PO says you do DPT. You need to ask yourself the honest truth. And you might also ask people around you, do they think that you are defensive, Claire? Do they think you always give excuses? Oh, you didn't come and see me. Oh, I'm sorry. You see this happened. Oh, I'm sorry. This happened. Sometimes the answer is not an excuse or a reason. The answer is just an apology. And to make plans to be better. Every time people come to you, you always have an explanation. Always. Like, it can't be that, oh my God, I forgot. Oh my God, my bad. Like, honestly, badly behaved. Your own case is lie. There's a reason. It's possible that you are treading the line of excuses, and that's being defensive. So, are we gaining something tonight? Upgrade your game. This might be the reason why your relationship are not moving beyond acquaintance to other level. Upgrade your game. Next, intentions versus action and experience. Intention. This one, my intentions, God sees my heart. I'm sorry, God sees your heart. Great. We see your action. You know, people, a lot of you that say, I have a good heart. After a while, this your good heart that keeps coming out to do bad things, or this your good heart that is never translated in your actions and decisions and the experiences people have of you, it will begin to help us to question the heart. Maybe we are now seeing the heart with 3D. Maybe we're seeing the heart with 2D, and we thought, okay. After a while, you have a good heart to not count it anymore. People will begin to question that good heart. Intentions are not enough. Intentions must be able to translate into actions and experiences that people are having of you. You can't have great intentions all the time that's not translatable. That people's experience of you is opposite of your of your intentions. So either you have to learn to be able to translate your intentions better, or maybe you really don't have intentions and you think you have intentions. So your heart needs fixing. Your husband is complaining, but I have a good heart. When people it's a good heart, but the person is always perpetually doing the same thing. How do you know that maybe your heart is not what you think it is? Check your patterns. Check your patterns. Check your patterns. Do you have patterns of letting people down? Do you have patterns? I just say in my spirit, somebody have non-committal fear. You have the fear of committing, so you have this non-committal attitude. So you really manage it. That's why you don't have expectation. I beg, no stress me. The demands of relationship is making you go on flight mode. So you are trying to do the barest minimum so that nobody will come and ask you for what dating on us. So check your patterns. Check your patterns. Your patterns will reveal your heart. I'm sorry. Your patterns, I didn't say just your action, because you are saying it's because you did it today. Maybe I'm clear. You guys say you're so wise. Some of you are like, my action, I didn't mean it. At the moment when the person is hurt, the person might feel like, she didn't mean it, you have good at. They always say they don't mean it. Check your patterns. Your patterns don't lie. Your patterns show you a beautiful, reflective x-ray of who you are. Check your patterns. God sees my heart. God sees my heart. We are always disappointing people, letting people down. God sees my heart. God sees my heart. You're always breaking people's secrets to other people. Maybe you're a gossip. You don't have intention to be a gossip, but your patterns are showing that maybe you talk too much or you have mouth that leak. So maybe, and then check and go back and think about it. Okay? Very good, Popsana. Sometimes to go back to excuse, you might really have a reason, but timing is very important. Is it possible that you listen to the person and you go back, circle back? All right? So again, you don't have intention of beating your spouse. You have good at, but small slaps. You are a backtrack. You are a molester. You need to repent because your pattern, your actions are betraying this. So some people are hiding under have good at, and it's now, I don't buy it. Don't marry potential, marry pattern. Check out for the pattern. The same thing. Check out for the pattern. You say you're good at your work, but your work is never good. I say you have great intent. God sees my heart. I go to work and I always want to come to work and God sees my heart, but you're always late. Your pattern is showing us that you're not bankable and you need to be benched or given query. And if you're not careful, you'll be sacked. So your action and the experience people have of you will really let us know your intentions. You can't keep saying intention. I didn't intend to hurt you, but you keep hurting me. I didn't intend to hurt you, but your words are not graceful. I didn't mean it that way. You misunderstood my words. No. We can't keep doing that. You need to upgrade your game. Okay. Love versus loving kindness. I learned this one yesterday. Someone said, God sees my heart, no hero. Someone says, I was packaging ugu leaf, scent leaf, bitter leaf for my mother-in-law. It was a lot, but I was packing so well. In the middle of it, my mind was like, Claire, this thing is too neat and fine. She's going to ask you to do it again. Just be mediocre so that you don't enter high expectation for ma. Exactly. Love versus loving kindness. Let me read it to you. A dear friend of mine posted something yesterday, Pastor Toyosi, and I'm like, a lot of people are on it. And the difference of this is how you serve and give people gifts. Some of you are giving people gifts and saying, and I'm loving her with everything I've done for her. She doesn't, maybe your love is not kind. And that's what we question if it's even love at all. How do I find that post now? Okay, let me go to the place. Somebody saying something. Someone saying something? Is somebody saying something? Okay. Let's go to this post. She says this. Loving kindness on my mind. Just thinking about the many times we demonstrate love but omit kindness and how flat it falls. Guys, this blew me. Your kindness, your love can fall flat. Right? It says, for example, Ben buys a birthday gift for his wife, Alice. She opens the gift, thanks Ben, and walks away in deep thoughts as she mused over our recent conversation with Ben. Ben has been complaining about her weight and making unpleasant remarks. He had seized every opportunity to express his irritation, but this recent attempt broke her spirit and made her feel worthless. Ben bought her a gym subscription voucher as a birthday gift. Did Ben buy a gift? Yes, he did. Was this a demonstration of love? Could be. Is this loving kindness? No. The gift was used as a weapon against Alice's self-esteem. So when you use gifts, when you do things to people as a weapon, very dangerous. Loving kindness demonstrates love in a kind way. It does not simply fulfill the obligation of love. Instead, the act of love are demonstrated with kindness, empathy, tenderness, sensitivity. With a little thoughtfulness, we can achieve this. So the next time you are out to show love, remember to add loads of kindness. The outcome is beautiful. Are you all still breathing? Are you breathing? Are you all still alive? Are you with me? Yes, you might not have no, but my point is a lot of us, how many of us, you say, I'm loving the person, you're frustrated. I'll give the weapon. Let me give you an instance. So like what he said, some people, you have been talking to the person. It didn't help that you have been speaking negatively about it. For instance, weight loss to the woman. You now bought her a gift of weight loss on her birthday. You could have bought her anything else on her birthday. If you had had a conversation, it would have been better. For instance, somebody goes, now, if somebody is maybe dealing with maybe body odor and all, and you give them, well, I've had people give people that gift, that kind of gift. It's understandable, but on your birthday, no. Weapon is buying somebody a spray. I think sometimes it would have been better to have had the conversation before buying the person the spray. Because you buy the person the spray, the person might not still not know how to use or might not still understand. What the person forget and still killing you with smell. So my point is, it might come with having difficult conversation. But what this person is trying to say here, regardless of the example, is that whenever you're doing things for people, make sure you serve people with the intention of kindness. And if people done things for you that you're like, I beg, just be going. I bought you something, you did not wear it. There's that one that you buy something for someone. I mean, it's good to wear it, but you don't want to choke the person. You didn't do it. You didn't wear it. You're nagging the person. Or, I've been waiting for you now. No, that's not. For instance, you offer to go to a place with someone, but you complain all the way. That's not loving kindness. You've offered to be there, but you complain all the way. Or you eventually bought something for somebody and you use it, you talk about it all. Everybody have known now that you did something. So my point is, love with a place with kindness. And that comes with thoughtfulness. The difference between this is just thoughtfulness. Thoughtfulness. Another thing, a lot of you are here. You are going through something with your friend. That's when you see a post that talk about friendship that's sly. And it's a good post. But is that a good time to post it? Loving kindness would think, I don't want to make my friend think that I am throwing shade. It might not be your intention. Back to intention and experience. Back to it resonates with my spirit. But if you dig deep, why is it resonating? At that moment that it resonates your spirit is as a result of what you are experiencing. And you just want to use scope to just, if I can't say it, somebody can say it. I'm not saying to live in bondage just to be able to express yourself. Because somebody is offended. No, I'm just saying sometimes a little patience, just to wait a little bit. You see people start to write the soliloquy on their social screen. You know what's going on. There's no need for that. Loving kindness. Upgrade your relationship. Another one, availability versus being present. Availability versus being present. Some of you say you're available, you're never present. You're available, you're there, but you're on your phone, you're there. I'm my friend, I'm available, but you're not present. You don't remember the things that matters. That matters to them, you're not present. But you're there. They can see you, you're the fabric of their curtain in the house. You're not present. The more times that, and this happened again with partners, I was speaking to some people, I said, at the point your partners switch, you could not sense. You could not sense, yes, we're going to do this. You could not sense that maybe your partner don't change mouths. Maybe there's something wrong with your partner. Availability versus being present. Are you listening to answer or you're listening to understand? Are you listening to be there for the person? Being present. So it's very, how are you all feeling? The list continues, but down to earth versus being rude. I'm very down to earth. Very down to earth. Owolabi says you are available to avoid being present. This is so powerful. So that they will not say you're not there. Well, you're not there. Have somebody visited you before and wish they didn't come? Have somebody showed up for you before and like, I wish you were not here? Because they're not there. Have you ever had a grumpy person being available or a very absent person being available for you at a very intentional time of your life? It's better to say I'm not able to come than say I will come and you're not there. So I'm down to earth, but you lack tact, you lack wisdom, you're very rude. I say it as it is. Some people have said it as it is and they're dead. Some people have been fired, killed, dealt with, lost opportunities because they just open their mouth and they say it as it is. Even Nathan, when God told him that he's going to meet David, he had to find you know me, I don't lie, that's it. That's going to find the truth. That's going to find the truth. So, and there's another one I didn't add. You say everything. There's some things that, for the sake of the relationship, maybe it's not worth grappling over. I know the art of this person. I know the person it will not be intentional. Maybe I don't need to. Okay. Okay. But I'm working, please. Some people are not working, like down to earth. Let's talk about this. What is the essence of speaking your mind that when you are done, the person is broken completely? I'm not talking about this oversensitivity of you can't handle truth too. Not that one. No. Someone said this will enter my bone marrow big time. I'm not talking about that one of there's that overtly sensitive, and I even forgot to add one feedback. I'm saying you're not considerate versus feedback. A lot of people don't want feedback. You can't handle feedback. You need feedback to grow. Feedback, like people say, is food for champions. Anyways, let's go back to availability and being present. Oh, sorry, down to earth and good. You tell people I'm down to earth when you are done. The person has to go and be picking their esteem from the gutter. You have to go and meet people. A lot of times people go to people and you attack people. Well, if your feedback is always negative, there's an issue. Well, it depends on the context. Take, for instance, in a work environment, if you suck at your job, your feedback might always be negative. Maybe the good part is that they can say, oh, thank you for coming to this job. I don't know if that's a feedback that is relevant. Right? So what if, because I've always thought this way, so what if truly your feedback is negative? Now, the question will be, who is giving the feedback? Do you want to ask other people too about that feedback to see whether there's something you're missing? So we're talking about friendship or close-knit relationship, of course. If your feedback, even if you want to give negative feedback, you can use a sandwich approach. Praise the feedback, praise. It empowers the person to be able to eat it. The person will not know that there's broccoli inside. Give the person sandwich, the person doesn't know what's inside. The person will think it's burger and chips that is in between that bread. Don't know that there's broccoli inside. Okay? Some of us eat vegetable when we put it, mix it with other things. So maybe that's the way you also deliver it. So for people that you say yes, if your friends, there must be something good your friend does. There must be a reason why there's something about that person. And even if you want to correct that, make sure you do it in a way that is empowering. Be like our Heavenly Father. He will convict us. Hear me, God's conviction does not mean that he doesn't slap sometimes. He will convict you, but he will give you growth, for lack of a better word. God will give you that room to develop and be amazing. So next time you want to be down to earth, ask yourself, can I take what I'm serving? Can I handle what I'm teaching? Some of it, and all, you all that like to give feedback, I love giving feedback, but you can't take it. You love to give feedback, but you can't take it. You can't take it. You are the one that is always, you see the negative. See, I agree with what myself. There's a part where you have to be careful if all you see is the negative of somebody. You have to actually be careful. Apart from the maybe the place of work, even with that work on, there's a balance to it, but you have to be careful for the place of work. And I say that because there are people that I've met people that actually suck at it. Like I've sat on it, but I've done an interview before where a lady did something. I can never get over it. Insulted, and walked out on. And the person is a woman of God that is trusting God and praying to God. When I call the person that sent the person, that's what like, I don't even know what to say. Some people are actually badly behaved. All right. So who are badly behaved? All right. So, but if you're the one that you're always so critical, and if you're married, your spouse, you might never be able to earn trust from your spouse. So let me give you arc. If your man cannot live like a champion, if your spouse, woman or man, cannot live your presence as a queen, as a king, thank you, Claire. So critical, pessimistic. You this. You have to be able to see good and know people, to be able to speak into their weaknesses. Sometimes some of you have lost the opportunity to speak to people about their weaknesses because you actually even never celebrated them in the first place. So you have to be careful. Okay. So having said all of that, we want to ask this question. What are the untold stories of friendships? Untold stories, friendship, beautiful, but can be very brutal. Brutal in the sense that it will kill your flesh. Especially if you're doing it, of course, we're doing as kingdom. It will kill your flesh. You'll learn to say sorry. It makes sense. I remember something happened. Oh gosh, I wish Buju was here. She's representing me somewhere. I don't know if she can plug in. Or I can share it on her behalf. Jumoji has to be around next week, so that we can share the story. I remember, let me answer this question first. Someone said, what about room for constructive criticism in friendship? A friend asked me how to go about this yesterday. I haven't given her a response. Yes, a friend that you must be able to open, because the person now, if you have a close friend for that matter, they see you more than you see yourself. There's something called blind spot. No matter how good you are, shine like a diamond ring, there's a blind spot that you don't see. And that's why you don't have eyes at your back. There are people that should see that back for you. There are people that should see certain things that you don't see. All right? And it's very important so that they'll be able to give you wisdom to help you. You need people to be able to tell you that, wow, I am who I am today because of the feedback I've gotten from people around me. I am who I am today because of the ability to receive feedback. People told me something like, wow, Mr. Bless God for your heart to learn. Okay, so it's very, very, yes, the Johari window is very, very important to know that, okay? So back to the untold story of friendship. Something happened. It was not years ago. I think this is the second toughest thing that's happened between me and Muji. So something happened. We had this conversation. Next, I wanted to talk about something I wanted us to do next week, but maybe we'll also do interviews next week. I noticed that I was careful about telling Muji something about doing. There's a particular thing that we do that I'm like, and I knew I'm not that kind of person, and you must be able to be self-reflect. Muji, and I knew where it was coming from. My friend was becoming, so she was going through a lot of stress, and I was making her very defensive. And I'm like, yo, I can't deal, But I knew I was going to talk with her, so I said, let's talk, So eventually we did, and it was great. But something happened one time. 4 of us were somewhere. We're in my house actually, and we're having this. It was a very innocent conversation. It was an innocent situation. It wasn't a woman that happened to me. I was trying to fight for somebody, and things escalated. Toke's already laughing. Toke, Maureen, Mochi, myself. Pio was there. God bless my husband. And then it was like a joke, and things escalated. I'm not talking about 5 years ago. I'm talking about this year. And then things escalated, and apparently what I wanted to talk to Moji about what I noticed was happening to her recently happened. And I was trying to clearing stuff. So one thing is that God is helping me. I'm learning to be more patient with some things are just something ticks me. It just ticks me off. So in trying to explain to her that, Auntie, that's not what this person said. That's not what that person said. It became about me. And I know the story. People are like, Pia, what are you talking about? Okay, let me cut the chase. What happened was that I was so livid. I was so angry. God. I was so angry that I'm like, you know what? Just excuse me for a minute. But Pio was there. Pio insisted that no, I'm going over. I should sit down there. like, no, PO now. Because I knew if PO was not there, I would have excused myself. I know, but PO said what did happen. And I probably did. I was really upset that my upsetness, for lack of a better word, it would triggered my friend in the sense that, it was an emotional day that deal. Which was like, my God, I've never seen you this way. All of them, I've never seen you this way. Oh my God, I started weeping like you. And I even I said something like, you know what? Let me just, I'm being real. Like, you know what? Let me just excuse myself right now. Like, you know what? Let's not have this question. Let's drop it. Let's drop it. Like, this was just a very innocent comment. How did it turn to this? I was even trying to explain to you what this person said. I said, and she said, you were going to give up on me? I said, Jesus Christ. I was just going to walk away. What? And oh my God, I don't, it was intense. Now, bear in mind, I don't like, I don't like stress. I don't like wahala. So I try as much as possible to avoid some things. And that's why I'll just maybe chill. I don't get upset. But it did something to us. After we laughed about, we still spoke about it, we said, we're all just laughing and going through some of those things. So sometimes you look at people's relationship like, wow, that's such a great relationship. You don't know what happens behind the closed door. That was, guys, this thing I said was very intense. I mean, I was, Toke was like, at a point, Toke and when we sending themselves text messages, like, oh my God, I wish I'd just not, this thing has not happened. Like, what's going on here? Like, me and Moji were going back and forth. We're going back and forth. Emotions was there. And I'm like, no, that's not what that person said. That's not what, that Moji, this is why you're feeling this way. It was a lot. And at that point, I'm not talking to her as a pastor. Okay, so we're talking as friends. So my point is this. Untold story. I don't know if anybody has any untold story you want to share as well. We can take one more or two to encourage you that even the greatest relationships you see go through certain things. At that point, I was really upset with Moji. I was extremely obsessed with her. And then she was even broken to see me that upset. Like, what are you talking about? It's me, but what they say is that no. And they were like, yo. So you're like, wow, I want to be. Another thing happened this week. I realized that sometimes when God doesn't give you the opportunity to get so close to some people, sometimes protecting you because maybe you can't handle it. Maybe you can't. Some of you, what you have to receive from that, and this is me reflecting on another relationship that I know of. Maybe some things that you receive from that relationship, if you get too close, you won't be able to receive it. Not because they are bad people, but because you can't handle it or whatever. So there are untold stories of relationship. I don't know anybody want to share. Relationship was not, it's beautiful, but these are people I do like she had to go and represent me somewhere today because I can't go. I'm like, I'm not going. And she's there spending her money and doing all the things she needs to do. We've had a great laugh. I mean, this is my friend that when I travel and I'm back, she's running to come and see me. I can't wait to see you. I want to see you. I just want to hug you. I'm going back and stuff. Like we have such a great conversation. Maureen has stories too to tell about how it's not bed of roses, because it can be bed of roses when you decide to walk over the and when you decide not to allow the thorns to divide you guys. So you have moments where you're tired, you're weak, you're angry, upset, you misunderstand yourself. How are you able to resolve the situation? I am done talking. Anybody else want to share any untold stories before we go? Questions? Untold stories? Anybody? Anybody would? Okay, Boma, go ahead. I've seen your hand. Sorry.
Okay, hi everybody. There's something funny on Sunday service. So I'm the kind of person that I like to be told when something is happening, because I know that if you say you're over it, you're not really over it. It will still come out one day, and the way it will come out, you'll not be able to control it. So my dear friend Tobloba is a long processor. She do process for a while. Me, I'm a very short, fast process now, somebody. So this Sunday service, we literally left the house together. I think we'd been together the whole weekend or so. And then we got to church, and in front of everybody, she just snapped, and I was very confused. Now, I'm not an emotional person, but prior to this, we had a conversation where PI had said, oh, Boma, you get defensive. So now I was stuck. I wanted to explain, but I knew that I couldn't explain at that point. So I had all these raging emotions that were going on. I didn't know what to do. And I literally had to step out of church because I literally started vibrating. Like and that was something that was kind of new for me. I was literally shaking. So I ran out of service and I ran to the other staircase and I started crying. Like, that kind of cry that's as if somebody died. I was crying and I was like, Boma, stop crying. And I was crying the more. And I was so angry because I know that, like, I was angry that I was crying, but the tears were not stopping. And my emotions were it was like everything was happening to me. I was like, okay, I cannot express myself. Am I defensive? So my mind was like a whirlwind. I didn't know what to do. I was hearing PI's voice. I was like, what's the right thing to do? How am I supposed to go and meet PI inside stage? His praise and worship was going on. I say, God. And I think I was supposed to do prayer that day, or I was supposed to lead the choir ministry. I was just supposed to lead something. And I was pacing downstairs. I went downstairs, went to, I think, Elvis's car because we were washing it. I sat there. I came back. So Toby, apparently, I think she noticed that, like, say something do happen. So I was already okay. As I now saw as I was climbing the staircase, cry part 2 just started. And this cry was not now, I'm sad cry. It was, I'm so upset. I don't understand why we are friends. It's too stressful. I'm not doing again. And I remember that she came to me and she was like, why are you crying? I was like, are you serious? Like, you are really, like, so for me, Shireni, like, is this playing? You're going to ask me why I'm crying. Like, you literally embarrassed me. I don't know what happened. You've never mentioned this thing before. Where is it coming from? And if you know Toby, when Toby enters serious mode and she's talking like leader mode, Omo, it will be a lot because me, I may give you a response back. I'm that pada. You know how I say devil that they say we should be dying pada. Me, I used to that pada for everybody before, before I gave my life to Christ. So I'm just there like, okay, she was going on and on and on. And at a point, I just I think she came to me, like, we're standing, she was up on the staircase, I was down. And as I was trying to explain, so she was like, oh, run me through your thought process. In my mind, I was like, hey, Mama, am I a primary school student? When you run me through your thought process, I should explain myself. So in the bid to explain myself, I started crying again. Like, I was sobbing before it had gone down, but as I was trying to explain myself, I started crying. And she just hugged me. And that hug, it was needed, but I did not want. I don't know if that makes any sense, right? And throughout that service, it was a struggle. I had to consistently, because again, what the devil would do most times in that situation is like how Moji for UPI was like, oh, you want to abandon me, you want to leave me. I already started thinking so many things like, okay, can I really, do I have a problem with leadership? Can I really be friends with somebody who is my leader? I just, my mind, and as these things are coming to my mind throughout the service, I was trying to combat those thoughts, no, Boma, you're not a bad person. This was not that kind of situation. It's not what Pierre was talking about. Like, it was a struggle. So after service, I had to call my friend and I say, yo, we need to find a better way, Oma, for you to be expressing. We talked about it. I mean, we've grown when don't do happen again. But I just thought to share that these things do happen. And, yeah, they can be very, very.
Claire says she's crying. So much tears. Yeah, one of the things we want to do is help me. My friend is my leader. My friend is my leader. Yeah, it's giving me some pleasure. I'm telling you, my friend is a leader, and I wanted to talk about it because there are times where I'm like, Moji, like, what? And she goes, hey, God. And maybe I just, okay, that's fine. Moji knows that. She comes back next to me, I'm so sorry. And Toke is here too, like, how do we navigate? My friend, what did Toke say? My friend is my pastor, my leader. It is not a small fry, I must tell you. My friend is my leader, my pastor, and my mentor, and my sister. It is not a small something. So you need to know who you're speaking to per time and all of that. So we're going to look into that properly by God's grace. Just have conversations and all of that. But it's possible, but it takes a serious level of maturity on those stories. I'm going to take one from a guy. Any guy want to tell us any story? JJ, I'm interested in hearing your voice. If you say you don't get, that one there is part of it. So tell us something. Hello, JJ. Is JJ here? JJ, please, can someone let me find JJ? I can't hear him. Okay, if Chichi is not here, I'm gonna call.
It says it's in a noisy
I
place.
said you can't
And,
speak. It's in a
and
noisy
should type it. It should type it. Kelechi, please, can I have share with me an experience, friendship experience with a guy? Kelechi is in a noisy place. You people.
Good evening,
Kelechi,
everybody.
good evening, sir.
Is it okay if I can't really think of something right now?
It's not okay. Oh. That father, you cannot think. Who is your closest or one of your closest male friends? Let me help you.
I have about 5 or 6 people that are quite close to me.
Okay, so pick one of them and tell something that's happened, how you guys have navigated maybe tough terrain or something that happened.
Okay. Can we keep talking? I'll think of something in about a minute.
Okay. All right. See, men, you people, I have time for you people today. I'm coming for yeah, I'm coming for somebody. Talk well, okay. Hello, talk well. Okay. Somebody chat talk well? I'm waiting for so Kelechi, are you good now? Have you sorted that out? Popsana, I'm coming for you, Samuel. Popsana,
Hello, Pia. Good evening.
good evening.
Good evening, everyone. So for me, I think one of the things that I've noticed in one of my friendships. So Kelechi is actually a very good friend of mine, and we're quite close. So yeah. So
How long have you
like we
guys
have a
been
very
friends? Are you guys been friends from uni?
yes, like since
Okay.
university. That's since 2006.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah, I I realize that most of the times when we have like frictions, and it's not like we have issues per se, but it's when we mix things like professional stuff like work. Like for example, he needs me to do something for him. Like currently I'm doing a project for him and it's taking a bit longer than usual. I mean, if it was a regular client, it would be okay. After we've spoken and we've resolved and maybe rescheduled time and stuff like that, we'll be fine. But so now he's my friend. After we've spoken business, we'll now have to now start speaking other things, friendship, and other yeah. So sometimes it can be tough, especially if you're the one that is um, maybe not meeting up your own, quota or end up bagging or something. So yeah, it's usually usually tough, in
Nice. But
situations
how do
like
you
that.
guys bounce back?
Yeah, well, I mean, so for Kelechi is a very special guy. Like he finds a way to, kind of balance it, and he'll be like, okay, let's talk about something else, and then from there we'll start talking about. I mean, basically just switch
Come
away
back
from
there.
that. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Kelechi, I'm coming back to you. Say a special breed that's ensuring that peace reign. All right.
Okay. Good evening, all. So, Rosanna, I will come back to you on this project this evening. Just be notified. Um, I can think of something that happened a few years ago. I was in Port Harcourt at the time, and two of my friends. I have a particular friend who, I mean, perhaps from something that has happened to him. First of all, he has a problem believing people when they say something, and that was the exact opposite of me because I have a problem with you not believing what I'm telling you, or you accusing me of something that I have not done. Big problem with that. So I really cannot remember the specifics, but a few things happened between me and this my friend. So yeah, I think that he said something, and I was trying to explain that that's not true. That's not. I didn't do that. But you know, I felt. I remember feeling horrible because I'm like, if my friend cannot believe that I didn't do this thing, then you know, I just felt terrible. And yeah, we eventually had a conversation about it because we were this was like, I think this was either uni or right after school, and we were roommates at the time. So we had a conversation at the end of the day where you know, I had to be vulnerable. Basically, he had to be vulnerable as well. And me and this particular friend, his name is Mike, we have had a number of things where sometimes even I have felt God step in and say, Kelechi, go and tell him sorry. And I don't like that type of thing. But the point is, Mike and I today are literally brothers, but we have had to work through some of these differences in our upbringing and differences in our perspectives. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I've shared my story with Toke as well, that I never thought that we'll still be where we are today, and I'm thankful to God. And the idea is this, that I have some relationships that went apart and they're still apart. So I don't want to make you think that every relationship that something happened. Remember that season that talks about separation, like we fell out. Some of them, nothing happened. Some, I remember one BD that, again, was similar to that, was accused of something. I tried to explain, and it felt like we resolved it, but it was never the same. And we're not, and all of those things. So that one happens as well. Some were able to come back, but sometimes some things happen that it is what it is. But I just want to leave you with a few thoughts as we wrap up tonight. I don't know if there's any question. That's relationship is beautiful, but it has its own story, and was willing to pay the price. So you're like, where do I start from? Start from where you are. Toke before. Well, from very time, Toke has always been very sweet, but Toke is really born again right now. Toke give it to you. Oh man, forget to. I was really, really, really upset, and I said never again. But look at where we are today. So start from where you are. Do an analysis. Who are your acquaintances? Are there people you desire to build deeply with? Take it slow, get to know. And I have a question. Can you befriend you? Can you befriend you? You are listening to me tonight. Can you be your own best friend? Can you be your own close friend? Like everything you are giving out, you are receiving it. Can you befriend you? That's a very important question that we need to answer and understand. If you do's and don'ts, don't leave your house trying to put everyone in a box with just your mind right now. Begin to learn about all of those. You develop yourself, get better, know what works for you, what don't work for you. Give it time and begin to get to know people. A few quotes that I saw. It says, take it slow, get to know. Pastor Bimbo Dukoya. True friendship are like diamonds, bright, beautiful, valuable, and always in style. A friend knows the song in my heart and sings it to me when my memory fails. Sometimes being a friend means mastering the art of timing. I really love this one. There's a time for silence. It's time to let go and allow people to hurl themselves into their own destiny. It's time to prepare to pick up the pieces when it's over. Friendship, I love this one, particularly by Butler. Very good. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. Oluwole, if I catch you, say update on contact, A for acquaintance, C for close friends. Friendship isn't a big thing, it's a million little things. Sometimes some of you are like, I want to be a better thing. Friend, how can I do it? Pay attention to the little things and begin to think about it. Pay attention to the little things. I ask you again tonight, can you befriend you? Let's go back to this. You can take a screenshot of this and go over it again. I take a screenshot of this page and go over it again. Expectation versus entitlement. How do you want to upgrade yourself in this area, in these areas? How do you want to be a better set of friend? And this is practicable even for your spouse. It's not just for outside people, you know. So I want us to go through it, think about it, and any question before we go tonight? Any question, any comments before we go tonight? Have you had a great time tonight? I feel like this was group therapy for everybody. Let's go and check the things we need to do and get better at. Any comments, any question, anybody else before we go tonight? Have you been blessed? Have you learned something? Are you okay? You good? All right. All right. Blessed. I want to say thank you, PI. You're welcome. Blessed. You joined late. Okay. Processing ongoing. I've been getting masterclass seminars. I'm telling you, masterclass don't pass this one. All right. You're welcome. For those that joined late, don't worry, it's going to be online so you can listen to it again. All right, so let me pray with you. The Lord will bless you. The Lord will keep you. Make sure you invest in your relationship. Begin to look at areas you need to develop. Pay attention to it. Be a better person. Begin to understand that it's okay to have casual friends. You don't need to rush it. It's okay to have acquaintances. Regardless of the level of friendship, you are not allowed to live outside of love or to deprive anyone of love. Love is a principle that has no respect for your level of friendship or your whatever that we are talking about. Love is a requirement regardless of whether they're acquaintance, strangers, or whatever, because that love is an action word. And I pray the Lord God will help us all in Jesus' name. Amen. We have a special, if it's your first time gathering with us today, can you raise your hand? Let's celebrate you. If it's your first time, let's celebrate you. Let's celebrate you. Sunday is a special service. It's our first ordination service as Hope Nation. It's going to be an amazing time in God's presence. First time, Owolabi, you're welcome. Joanne, you're welcome. You're welcome. We love you guys. Hope you had a great time. This is what Feed is about. We're always having conversations, speaking, and everyone that contributed. First time, Precious, you're welcome. First time, Odwa, you're fashion, you're welcome. We hope you had a great time, be able to learn. I know. Awesome. We're going to drop a link so you can fill it. Just give us your details. Even if you are in a Bible believing church, that's fine. We just want to keep in touch with you, welcome you. Please fill the form. That link, just copy it. Just copy that link, put it down, and fill it. We'll just keep in touch, share with you things. You can always know what we're doing and be part of it. Okay. Once again, it's the founder of Light Church Hope Nation. You can worship with us Sundays, 8 a.m. at Triple C Event Center, Sabo, Yaba, Lagos. Where people that we love God, we love God's people, and we are a good land where no one is left behind. And we trust that the Lord will continue to bless you all in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So that's the link. That's the link. You can click on it and fill it. We'll keep in touch with you. You can get it. We'll continue the series. I'm thinking of getting, if you know any old couple or friends that have been friends for a long time, we'll have panel conversation. The link is not working. Can you check it now? Check the other one that they just put in. This the highlighted one is working. The highlighted one is working. Thank you. Don't use the one that our sister puts. The highlighted one is working. Let's know if it's working before we close out. Alrighty. Awesome. Awesome. Good night, everybody. Love you. Have a great night rest. God bless you all.